yes, yes, yes. And it's so yummy. All right. Hello, everybody. Please give us a few minutes. We want to get this started really quick. I got to go adjust some stuff here. How are you doing today, Michael?
I'm doing great.
Uh,
So great. So excited.
that
My
is
goodness.
awesome.
Great.
Yay, yay. You know, we're going to have a really great conversation today. I guess because Julie just had some ham milk.
All righty.
It's HEMP. So you look it up, ham seeds, and you make it into milk. And truly, I love it. It's really good. It's very good for you, very healthy for you.
Well, I had some really good water. H2O, look it up. And yeah, I'm loving it.
Absolutely. We are loving what we're taking right now. So ham, milk, and water. All right. All right. Out of all the jokingly, thank you so much, everyone, for joining Michael and I. We always do our Monday conversation, and it's been a while. We've been here for a while. We've probably done over 20 of these conversations, and we wanted to thank you for coming in and joining our conversation. And thank you so much for supporting my channel as well. Today is Monday, May 8th. 2023. My name is Julie Lin. I am coming to you from Orange County, California. And my dear friend, Michael Williams, AIM, he is in Canada. Let's have Michael say hello to everyone. Michael?
Well, hello, everyone. I hope you're having a great Monday morning, fresh start of the work week. And we're excited.
Absolutely. For those who had joined the conversation, I call it the brain stimulation conversation yesterday with our CEO, Mr. Mufareh. We hope that you really enjoy it. And if you were not there, couldn't make it yesterday, no worries. As he said yesterday, he's really enjoyed his conversation, and he's probably going to have some more coming up. And, you know, let's talk about our CEO, Mr. Ash Mufareh. He is the leader who cares so much for people, for the tech team, for the founder, and for humanity in general in the world. And that's what he does, is spending time, listen to other people, and actually spending time to really guiding us through this journey. Michael, it was very enjoying, very stimulating with that conversation and many conversations that we have with Mr. Mufareh. Let's talk about it really quick before we jump in our conversation today.
Sure. You know, the world, I believe, don't have enough, great leaders, right? Yeah, we have lots of politicians, et cetera. But are there really great leaders, though? Are there really, motivating people, inspiring people to be the best version of themselves? Do they actually take real time out of their schedule, to interact with others? To see someone like Ash Mufareh, to be able to think of not just himself, not just his family, but to think of his fellow men, the fellow men, women, okay? So, you know what I mean? It's just special, Julie, For me, I've always been one to always think about others, always care for people. How can I help you? What can I do for you? How can I help you achieve what you want to achieve? And all of that stuff, right? And to see someone who's the head of a company, actually implement that. It's infused within the company itself, right? You have to have that type of trait to be a part of OnPassive from the corporate side of things, And so to see someone, reaching out and really care and want to make a difference in the world, truly want to make the place, the planet a better place than how he came and saw it, that is special, and my hat's off to him. We certainly thank him and appreciate him for that, because he didn't have to, do any of this, right? If people truly understand what OnPassive is and what OnPassive can do for yourself and your family, right? And not just for them, but the world at large, then people will truly appreciate the sacrifices that have been made. It's like, again, it's truly special, Julie. I think that's probably the word to use, special, because it's not the norm, right? It just isn't the norm. In this world that we're living right now, it's a me world, right? What have you done for me lately, right? People just think about themselves. And so it's refreshing, when you actually have someone at the helm, someone who's steering this whole business, to feel the way he feels, to actually invoke love within the business itself. That is something for him to be commended for. And I greatly appreciate that, Julie.
Absolutely, Michael. As we have been watching OnPassive as a whole, the executive leaders, our CEO, everyone's that involved in OnPassive, when we are showing up, we are talking about how much we how much our leaders, our CEO, the executive team, care for us as a whole, care for our life, our confidence, our joy, our safety, our skill sets. Therefore, they encouraging us to really dig deep inside to see what is the why, what is the core of us being here, rather than focusing on just the short term, numbers. And that's the reason why our CEO, our team, really truly focusing on the development of the products that are currently doing. Yesterday, he posed two questions. The first questions, the second questions mostly. If you had a magic wand for OnPassive, what would it be? And you said what you said, but I'm very sure you had more wish that could have been for the founders ourselves. As for me, Michael, if I had a magic wand that I would do, particularly, and that's probably one of the reasons why we came up with the topic today, is that if I had a magic wand, I would like to have everyone who are in OnPassive, involved in OnPassive, could see the vision of Mr. Mufareh as we here see, as many people that are actively sharing OnPassive, because we see that vision, we live that vision, and we continue to share that vision to the world. And that's what I truly wish. If we had the magic wand, we would want all the brand ambassadors, customers, and soon to become resellers to actually see that vision. What about you? What is your magic wand for just generally the people?
Well, you want people to accomplish what it is that they want to accomplish in life, right? Whatever that may be, as long as it's positive, right? As long as it is positive, as long as it will make a positive difference in their lives, as long as it will impact others around them, that's what you wish for. Because if that was to happen, Julie, certainly, the world would be a better place. It really would. A lot of the stuff, the negativity that we see, that prevails in society, it just wouldn't be, And so as we bring it, closer home to OnPassive, and especially all the founders, from day one, it's always been the goal, right? That has always been it. We've always searched for a way out, not just for ourselves, but for those who are coming along with us, right? When you think about it, if you just wanted to just pop up a business and start to make money right away, it's easy to do that. It is not difficult. People think making money is difficult. It really isn't. You just have to try and figure out, how can I make $1? Just $1. Don't try to think, how can I make $1 million or $1 billion or what? Just $1. Because if you can make $1, then it's just a matter of repeating that multiple times to get it to wherever that number is that you want. So it really isn't that difficult, right? So what you're trying to have, though, is something that is lasting. You're trying to have something that's going to give you the longevity that is really needed for true success. Success is not, oh, I made X amount of dollars, over 6 months or over a year. Now I have to go start again and try to figure out how to make the next, X amount of dollars, right? That isn't it. You want to be able to have something that you can lean on, something that you can depend on, something that comes what may is always there for you. That is what you want, where success, comes in, right? So with OnPassive, yes, there's a lot of care that goes into it, a lot of sacrifice that goes into it, a lot of work that goes into it. Why? Right? It's simply because of the caring nature of the people that are involved. So absolutely, if I had a magic wand and I can just go poof, right? It would be for every single person that's listening to us right now, every single person that will listen to the recording, etc. Every single person that's involved would be for them to have their dream come true, for them to be able to achieve the level of success that they're looking for, provided, because it comes with the price, provided that they will use their newfound wealth to help others, Julie. You have to bring that in. It can't just be, well, yeah, I got all this for myself, thank you very much. No, right? We're not trying to do all of this for that purpose, right? It's for how can we help you take care of yourself and your family, and how can we extend that out now? Because imagine if you have 1 million people, 10 million people, 100 million people that are focused on the same thing, and that is to help the next person, right? Just imagine how that would spread, how that would go viral, and the impact it would have on this planet. That's what OnPassive is about.
Absolutely, absolutely. Michael, the topic that we set up today and what we're talking right now here really lead into the question is, how OnPassive will help you, help me, help the people that are listening, help the entire world. We have been talking about a lot of strong point about OnPassive, what OnPassive is creating, about the leadership, about the digital solution. What really truly come down to is that people who are listening right now will always ask that question, how OnPassive will help them, us, you, me. And a lot of people, and we really understand as we are watching OnPassive developing, we know that OnPassive is the vehicles, providing the tools, the services that can help us to fulfill the purpose, not the purpose, but we're really truly looking at what is our purpose being here? What makes us happy, right? Isn't that what Mr. Mufareh said? If you're not happy, we're going to repackage and we're going to redo it again, right? So the question is how OnPassive will help. And I'm very sure a lot of people who have been following our conversation have been hearing about OnPassive. Their question in their mind is how OnPassive will help them, help us. So let's dive deep into that question, just hopefully to help people really stay clear of how OnPassive can help.
Absolutely. So, we know that there are many individuals out there who have a business. Okay? They have something that they're gainfully working within, whether it's a small home-based business, whether it's a large corporation, et cetera, right? So within these businesses, we know that there are tools, there are products that they use to produce whatever goods and service that they're trying to produce in order to generate sales from that, right? So it starts out with tools, Julie. It starts out with products that can help you accomplish whatever that business goal is, okay? And so if you can help these businesses, these companies, if you can help them save money, that right there is a huge benefit, right? Help them minimize their cost. If they're paying $6,000 a month for a video conference platform, as an example, well, what if they can get it for much less than that, right? So right there, you're saving them money, okay? That money that can go towards other things, other areas of development within their company, right? So you have individuals as well, individuals that use social networks, right? Social platforms. And you have those individuals who would rather have a better place to interact, to communicate, all these things. So it does apply to the individual as well. So be able to provide them with those tools that's going to make things simpler in their life. Be able to have everything under one roof, to have the security that they're looking for, right? So you have those set of people, right? You have individuals who are looking for a way out of the rat race. Maybe they don't have enough income coming in with what they're presently doing. Some people are working 2, 3 jobs. Some people can't find a job, right? So you have all these different individuals around the world that have a different reason to be looking at OnPassive. Some of them, it's because, yes, I have a cause. I lost a family member from, let's say, cancer as an example, right? So I'd love to be able to support, the research towards that. Maybe it's sickle cell or some other disease, some other sickness, right? Someone lost somebody because of drunk driving. You understand? So they want to put together and support programs that will help minimize those tragedies. So there's so many different things, Julie, that people have a reason to be looking at OnPassive, and OnPassive can help in all those ways for people. So this is why we say with the 8 billion people that's on this planet, they will have a reason to at least take a look at OnPassive. It doesn't mean that they will utilize every single thing that OnPassive has to offer, right? Even right now, some of our founders may not have a need for OConnect, meaning right now they're not using any type of video conferencing, right? Doesn't mean that you cannot own the product, so therefore you can resell the product and generate an income from it, right? So there's all these different aspects, all the different reasons for people to be looking at us, and there will be a way for them to get the help that they need in whatever circumstance they find themselves.
Absolutely. It is so true that, people, when they are looking at OnPassive as a whole, they know that there is something in OnPassive that can help them, right? The whole entire journey of OnPassive up to this point, everybody who are in OnPassive, everybody is looking for something to do, always focusing on, I want to make money, right? I want to generate some kind of income. But really, truly, I mean, a job, if you're holding a job right now, you do make income, but are you dragging yourself every single day to come to the job? I believe that 95% of the people that currently holding the job are not happy with what they're doing, right? So finding the purpose, what makes you happy, right? Talking about business, we don't have to make this as a business. We can make this as a passion. When you're doing something that you love, we make that as a passion. What if you have the opportunity to anonymously donate 100,000 to something that you love? That could be another way of doing your business. What if your business is bringing a smile to little children, right? That could be another way of thinking of, we don't have to do everything as in, doing business to make money, right? But what do we do that makes us happy? What do we do to actually fulfill the purpose for us being here? And so, Michael, we know that OnPassive giving us the opportunity, the tools for us to do something, to share a product, to share a business in order for us to generate income. But if we share our products to an organization, an agency that doing something to help other people, right? We are doing business. We are fulfilling
absolutely, yes,
our purpose.
Absolutely, right? There's no doubt about that, right? So when we think about this, Julie, OnPassive is the vehicle. It's the vehicle to get you to your desired destination, right? That's what it comes down to. Because yes, you could have a job, but most people's job is not doing what it is that they would like it to do for them. Okay, whether it's a sense of fulfillment, whether it's even, paying the bills. People actually have jobs that don't pay the bills, Julie. At the end of the month, they need to find that credit card to supplement the income that's coming in, right? And so we know that most people are not happy, as you said, with their job. If they had a choice, they would walk away from that job if they had a choice. Most people, they don't have that choice though, right? So again, on passive gives you options, right? It gives you options. You could be someone who now becomes a philanthropist because why? You have this income coming in as a result of your on passive business that you can now use to donate as you see fit. You have this income coming in that you can use within your community to create jobs. You can now be the employer. You can now employ others so that now they can put food on their table. We know that most people at their jobs don't get paid what they're actually worth, right? Most people are underpaid, overworked, but underpaid, right? So can you imagine that you now have the ability to create jobs where you actually pay people more than what they actually deserve, right? We've seen it time and time again. There's always, different unions and so on that are picketing because of there's some sort of wage dispute, right? We're not getting paid enough, blah, 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 and so on. We look at some of our civil servants, police officers as an example, right? For some of them, the good ones, right? Some of them are putting themselves in the line of fire for little pay, right? And then you have like teachers, again, going above and beyond for little pay, right? So we will have the ability to redirect our dollars, put them in the right places, give it to the right individuals so that they can continue to help society, right? That's what it's about, right? And so on passive is that vehicle that gives you the means to be able to do all of that. So it can be as simple as that, Julie. It doesn't mean that I have this, business and there's all this work I have to do to create and do, and not at all. Because you can't automate things. And that's the beauty about on passive. Having the latest technology infused with artificial intelligence to be able to automate so that we can live a better life, have more time freedom to do the finer things in life, the things that we really care about, spending time with your loved ones. You know what I mean? Instead of working, and next thing you know, you're in the grave. What was the point of your life? If that's all you accomplished in life was I work, and then boom, I'm dead, then what was the point of you living, right? So it has to be more than that, right? It has to be more than that. And somewhere along the line, maybe the past 100 years or so, we've lost what it truly means to actually live. We've lost that. Now we're so focused on money. It's a money-driven society for all the wrong reasons. It's not like people are working, to make all this money to help people with it. No, it's all, self-motivated, right? It's all being done for their own good. One second.
Absolutely, Michael. It is so true. And let me say this. Let me ask you right here, who are currently listening to this, how many of us, when we are, for example, at church or out on the street or at the supermarket or at the community meeting or even within our family, right? How many of us have ever said, I wish I had money, I would have, right? I would have helped. How many of us actually always asking, if I had money, I would love to contribute. I would love to help in this purpose, right? I was singing at church the other day, and there was a priest coming up on the podium and asking for donation for Congo, who actually, building well for the people over there, right? At that time, in my head, I start popping up so many ideas. I said, this is what I would do when I'm passive, giving me that, generating that income, giving me the tools that I can help these organizations. We now have the tools, the vehicle for us to do so. Now, ask yourself a question. What makes you happy? What pull your heartstring? What if you go out there? One time when my daughter and I went to the supermarket, as we walked out to the car, there's this homeless who literally digging the trash can to find food, right? And my daughter turned to me and said, "Mom, do we have anything that we can help this person?" Right? Unfortunately, at that time, we were heading home for her play. And I said, "Yes, we will, baby. We will have a chance to do that. We have the vehicles to do that." Now, if it was sometimes when you're seeing those situations, you said, "I would do this." Make that as your passion. Make that as something that you want to do. And it's really easy to share this vehicle for everyone, because that is what pulling your heartstring. What makes you happy? What makes your heart fill with joy? What fulfills you? And I think that's something that I feel, Michael, in the past 4 years, while watching On Passive Developing, I built so much more of, I would do this. Like you find your purpose being here more clear and more defined than just said, "I wish I could. I wish I would do that." Your purpose in life, your identity get more defined than just a simple saying, "I wish I could." This making as if it was a dream. It's a passion for you to do it.
Absolutely. And like classic example, right? Phone rings. Hey, that's my child calling. Hey, you understand? So to be able to have the flexibility, so that my wife is gone to go pick her up. Have that flexibility, Julie, where, okay, you're not confined to some job somewhere that, sorry, can't come get you. We're going to be here until 5 o'clock or whatever. You understand? It makes a huge difference when you can be there for your family, especially your children, right? For those who have children. It makes a huge difference. And that's the time freedom that we're talking about, right? To be able to do things that you want to actually do. Spend time with your loved ones. The amount of games that we attend, if there's a function at school, we're there. It doesn't matter when, where, how, we make ourselves available, right? Because we have that time, Julie. And this is what On Passive is going to help a lot of people with, is to get them out of that rat race, get them out of whereby, oh my gosh, they come home and it's just time to take a shower, grab something to eat, jump in bed, wake up in the morning, go through the same cycle day in, day out. Like, that's crazy. To me, that is crazy, Julie. And I've seen people do it. And they're like, "Oh, you're so lucky. Oh, you're so this." Has nothing to do with that. It's about choices that you make, right? Because you could make proper choices to live the life that you want for yourself. Those of us who got involved in On Passive made the proper choice, because we saw the opportunity, we saw a vehicle that can help us get to our desired destination. And so we said yes, and we jumped in. And that's what's going to happen for hundreds of millions of people, Julie. When they get that opportunity to say, yes, I can come in and be a customer. These products are going to help my business. This is a vehicle that can help me financially, right? This is going to help me be able to live the life that I've been dreaming about all these years. Absolutely. They will come, Julie, and they're going to love what they're seeing and what they're experiencing. And when they see what other people have been able to accomplish because of having On Passive as their vehicle, right? It's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's going to go viral. And this is exactly what we want. We want people to achieve, what it is that they want to achieve, not what we want to achieve for them. Because some folks, they say, listen, I just want an extra $500 a month and I'm good. Don't tell me about no wealth and all this fancy stuff. And that's fine, right? But then you have some people who have some really big dreams. They have some really big goals. They have some really big ambitions, some things that they want to accomplish in life that, man, if I had the resource, This is what I do. I would set up a local hospital. I'll create a local school, maybe a local church, whatever the case may be. People have things that they would love to do. They just don't have the resource. And some of them don't even have the know-how. I just have this idea, but I really don't know how to go about accomplishing it. Okay, guess what? Help it's on its way.
Absolutely. And I'm just sitting here listening to what you're saying. It really brings me back to, every morning I go out and take a walk. I go to the local outdoor mall, and there's an empty parking lot there. I just kind of walk and listening to, the words of wisdoms out there. The reason why I bring this story up is because there's this woman there that does, the cleaning and all that stuff. She's always happy. Every time when she sees me, she's always smile. How are you? How's your day? And I said, my gosh, you're working so hard. I see you here every time. And she said, no, I really enjoy doing it. The part I'm saying it here, it's very, very little, right? If I had, let's just say, if I had money in my pocket every single day, for example, I would just say, here's an opportunity for you. Go spend $100, on your meal. Take your family out, for example, right? Unstuck them, let them. But the truly point I'm trying to bring here is that everybody is doing something that they love. Right? There's a passion in there, not because I have to work, because I have to make money. I have to survive, and when we're talking about OnPassive is a vehicle to help other people, first of all, $100 for this woman doesn't going to change her life, right? But after you unstuck her, you give her that nice, meal, for example, and you said, here's the opportunity. You could do this to help your families so that you're really enjoying work. I mean, carrying a bucket water, and she has to do that every day. It's hard, but she always had that smile. How can you keep that smile bright every single day for business owners, for individuals? How could we do that? Right. So we really truly think about what is our purpose doing here, sharing OnPassive to other people, what make us happy. It's the point I'm trying to make here.
Well, if you give them a vehicle, Julie, that can help them accomplish what they want, then you've done your job, right? And that is what we're doing. Right? When we share OnPassive with someone, because I believe that OnPassive is the ultimate financial shortcut for anyone to achieve personal wealth, right? To me, it really is. So if I'm giving that to you, Julie, I've done my job. Now, what will you do with it? Now that I've given it to you, what will you do with it? Will you keep it all to yourself, right? Or will you share it with others? Will you give someone the opportunity, right, to be able to achieve their financial, because again, you have yours, I have mine, each of us, we have our own financial dream, right? And so if I can help you accomplish yours, then why would you not help someone else accomplish theirs? Why not? Because there's room for everyone. This is not one of those business, Julie, where nope, it's a few people at the top that make all the money and everybody at the bottom. There is no bottom. And on OnPassive, all we talk about is what? The top, the next stop, the next top. All we talk about are tops, right? And there's room at the top for every single one of us. I'm telling you, this is what I love about OnPassive. Level playing field. Everyone has a chance. Everyone has the opportunity. Doesn't matter if you're 80 years old, doesn't matter if you're 18 years old, doesn't matter if you have grade 4 education, doesn't matter if you have a PhD, all that doesn't matter. But if you have that desire, because you have to have desire, Julie. If you have no desire to accomplish anything in life, unfortunately, that's not who we're looking for, right? We're looking for people who do have that burning desire to help others, because it has to start from there. Because if you're not willing to help other people, then, what's the point? Any job will do. Just go grab a job and you're good to go. Why would you be looking over here if you're not willing to help other people? Because this is massive. OnPassive was not designed, it was not created to help you Julie, make $200 a month. It just wasn't designed for that. Okay, we can close our eyes and do that in a matter of less than 30 days, right? That's not what this is. This is about helping people finally be at the top, be at the pinnacle, right? To be able to live life on their terms. That is something special, Julie. That doesn't come by every single day. It just doesn't. We know that there's, hundreds of thousands of companies that are out there. And how many of them are actually giving you that opportunity to be a part of something that is life-changing? Not just a paycheck, right? This isn't about a paycheck. This is about giving you something that's going to change your entire life. That's a big deal. And so we're looking for special people, Julie, right? We're looking for special people. We know they're out there. They're not hard to find, right? Because we want to make an actual difference. We want to make a positive impact in the world that we live in.
Absolutely, Michael. And everyone is special, right? If you
Absolutely.
think you're special, you belong to OnPassive, you belong in this community. Michael, sometimes we are sitting here and talking, and we see that many companies out there, many things that are happening. And every time when they are asking us to join, every time when we're joining something, there's always credit card required, right? How many companies out there that actually inviting you to be part of it, but didn't ask for a credit card? A lot of companies said, oh, we're not going to charge it, but we're just going to have your credit card. Why? Right? OnPassive is giving to you the tools, the services. If you only have ONet, OMail, and OTrim, if you only use those 3 free products, would you say, if you have a business right now, Michael, if you're using ONet, OMail, and OTrim only, do you feel that you still could be successful at what you're doing? I said absolutely.
Yeah, yes. You can certainly do that within your business because it's going to streamline things for you, right? So certainly, it just depends on the scope of your business. What exactly are you trying to accomplish, right? Now, if you need additional money within your business because you have, you want to develop, you want to grow your business, right? Usually that comes with, okay, you need an injection of cash, right? You need a cash flow to come in to help you build and grow your business, right? So certainly we're going to go beyond those 3 products, but absolutely there will be many customers will come and that's all they're coming for, and that's perfectly acceptable. Right? That's a great thing about OnPassive. There is no pressure on anyone to go above anything that is free. None whatsoever, right? People come and, hey, if this is the meal that you want, enjoy that meal. If you want some dessert, okay, have some dessert. You understand? If you want a 5-course or maybe you only want a 4-course, right? It just depends on what people want. We give people choices, right? And let them make their own choice as to what it is that they want. Just put it on the table for them. Just spread it. Here it is. And then you can pick and choose from it, right? But we know that, we have some life-changing products, Julie, that's going to make a huge difference in people's lives. Like, just think of the video conferencing platform, right? The difference that will make for so many people that are in that space. Right. So you, again, like I said earlier, you may not have a need for it, right? Because do you have a need for every single product in the world? Absolutely not, right? But certainly, right, we know that there are people out there that are using Skype. We know there are people out there that are using Zoom. We know people that are out there that's using AnyMeeting, GoToWebinar, all these different platforms. So people are out there using video conferencing, right? So we know there's a market for that. And when you combine that with some of our other products, like you love to talk about being interconnected, right? So when we combine these products together, the synergy that is created to help people to be able to accomplish more in a shorter period of time is priceless, Julie, right? It is priceless. And the company OnPassive is pretty much going to be giving away all these products. Okay, yes, there will be a price tag to it, but basically, for what the company will charge, it's like it's giving it away. And people will see. People, again, it's nothing is done in secret. People will be able to see and compare. People say, okay, well, I can get this over here versus this. They'll be able to compare. They'll see for themselves. So it's no smoke and mirrors, right? Which is what I love, full transparency. But the bottom line is everyone, everywhere will have a reason to use the products that OnPassive is bringing to the marketplace. And that's how you create true wealth. Supply and demand, Julie, supply and demand.
Absolutely. Michael, I want to bring up this point really quick, and I think it's very powerful also. The question I wanted to ask is that how many of us have gone to the doctor recently, either just for a checkup, either for anything, and how many of us experiencing the rushing, like they go in and they check you really quick and you got to be out of there. I mean, I came to find out that, there's a certain amount of time that they only want to spend with you as a patient. Why? Because they have so many bills they have to pay. Now, I visited a doctor friend recently, and I asked, how many bills do you have to pay for actually keep this whole practice running, right? At least 10, 20. And I asked him, what if you have everything in one place? You pay one bill under one umbrella, at least will cut their cost probably 80, 90%, right? So the question here is, do you know a doctor? Do you know a chiropractor? Do you know someone who actually working very hard that you love so much? For example, you love a certain doctor or a certain dentist so much that you want to help them out, right? So that is something what we do. You care for a person who care for us so much. That's when you share the digital solution, you share OnPassive with them, because OnPassive is a vehicle to help them solve the problems. And that is the true problems. If you're holding a practice and you have so many bills that you have to pay, that is a problem they're dealing with. What if you are the person who can give them that solution by simply sharing OnPassive to them? I think it's very powerful for a lot of people who could use that as one of their passion to help a business owner to unstuck themselves or to solve some of their problems.
Well, and that's what we'll be, Julie. We'll be problem solvers, right? By using these products that are powered by OnPassive as solutions, for everyone that's out there, right? Again, you just put it in front of them, right? That's all is necessary. They create a free account. They're not spending money to come check us out. It's a free account, right? And they'll have access, to all the products that'll be available. They'll see it, they can test drive it. They can see if it's something that they want, how it will fit within their business, right? Within their personal lives, right? People will be able to see all of that, Julie, and then make that decision. Okay, is this where I want to be? Because OnPassive is a fun place. I've had so much fun building this business, for the past years that never had that kind of fun before, Julie. Like, think about it, right? Think about what we've done for the past, let's say 5 years, right? Where OnPassive is concerned, right? All that we've been doing and the fun that we've been enjoying, it has not been done before. It just hasn't. It's people marvel at OnPassive. Like, wow, look at these people. They're all excited. And are they making any money? Are they selling products? Like, what's going on over there? It's just a strange thing, right? But again, we understand the big picture. We know what this is all about. And, we've done our best to invite as many as possible to come. And we encourage you even right now, come take a look. You're going to love what you see. You're going to see that this is different, right? It's not your same old, same old. It just isn't, and because of that, we will attract so many worldwide, Julie, so many worldwide, because the world need an injection of love. There's enough, pull from that person's pocket, pull from that person's pocket, all these different things that are pulling from your pocket, isn't it time that someone actually put something back into your pocket? Wouldn't that make a difference? Wouldn't you stop? Hey, wait a minute. They actually gave me instead of taking from me. Oh, that's different. You understand? Oh, these guys are talking about love and caring and, oh, that's different. You understand? And people are being sincere. This is not, it's not lip service. People are not just saying this stuff because, it's feel good stuff. No, right? I didn't take any hemp water. So, it's just a regular H2O. That's all it is, right? So we're not smoking anything, Julie. The bottom line is we finally have a company that cares about people. And that alone is going to bring in hundreds of millions of people, because people who care about people will make a difference. People who care about people will not abuse others. People who care about people will not take advantage of others. You understand, Julie? Right? And that's what OnPassive is about, right? We can do something different. We can change the narrative that's out there. It doesn't have to be money, 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 money. It doesn't have to be negativity, right? It doesn't have to be me, 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 me. It can actually be, you know what? How can I be of help? How can I serve the public? What can I do to make things better for you? That can be the narrative. And that is the OnPassive way. And people will resonate with that, Julie, and they will come in. They will come in.
Absolutely. The end of the day, the question is, are you happy? What makes you happy, right? What piqued your interest, right? Truly, at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, what makes you happy, right? And I think it's all of us wants to be happy. We don't want to be all down and gloomy every day, right? So truly, OnPassive give us that vehicle, that tools and services for all of us. What is your strength, right? Focus on the strength that you have and start working on your weaknesses, strengthen it, right? So that's all we have to do is we have the tools here already. What makes you happy? What pull your heartstring, right? Focus on your interests and how are you going to find the people that have the same interests, and that's our communications with other people. I'm so excited to be here. Yes, today I'm more excited than usual because I drank hemp milk. Right? So hemp milk, basically, it doesn't have the THC in it, but if you really want to have the excitement, no, it's not. I'm just naturally talking about OnPassive. I'm very happy and I'm excited just be in OnPassive because it gives me that joy, that happiness. And really, every time when we have a conversation, it's piqued my interest in many other ways. And we do hope that this conversation really stimulates some of your interests or really stimulate some of the thoughts that you have. Maybe if you are sitting down every single day, you wake up and you have some idea, maybe work on those ideas, right? What pull your heartstring? So I think, our purpose of our conversation, Michael, here is really helping people pique some of the interests that they have, some of the, the thoughts that they have. Or if you don't have the idea of what you going to do, hopefully this conversation help you to define some of the thoughts that you have.
Well, the brilliant thing, Julie, is that people will be able to piggyback on what others are doing. So, maybe the creative juice is not flowing, and so you see that, somebody else is doing this. Oh, you know what? Can I partner with you? Right? Can I come along? Can I help? Can I support? Right? So again, it's about having choices, right? As I look around and I look at society and I see the direction that we're going in, I mean, I feel so bad for my children, right? Just thinking of the direction, that society is going in. So I want to, leave the place much better for them, right? It's not about me anymore, right? But them, they still have their full life ahead of them, to grow older, to have their own families and all these things. So why not make that road much easier for them, right? That they don't have to struggle, but they can live life on their own terms, and so OnPassive as a vehicle can help with that, right? Imagine being able to have the financial resource that each of your children or your child can, do what it is that they really want to do. Yeah, I know I'm going to school and I'm studying, engineering, but you know what? That's not really my passion, though. I know engineers, they had to make good money, so that's why I'll be an engineer. But I really don't want to do that, though. I would love to be a piano player, let's say, right? I want to be a guitar player, right? I want to be a singer. I want to be a writer. I want to be an artist, whatever the case may be, right? And that's where their passion lies. Okay, no problem. Go to school, get that piece of paper, right? And once you have that piece of paper, now let's explore what it is that you really want to do in life. That's going to really make you happy, right? Because the resource is there to support that, right? To support that dream. Maybe you want to be a professional athlete or something. I don't know. Whatever the case may be, right? But having the resource, Julie, I don't know if you know this, but, amateur sports, it's very, very expensive, right? It really is. And there are some children out there that have great talent, but the resource isn't there, to help them, to maximize their talents. So imagine if that's your passion, you being able to provide the resource to give them the avenue to be able to explore their talents. I mean, there's so many options, folks, but it always comes back to what? You have to have the financial resource, right? The backing has to be there. And these are things that we can do within our communities, and to help so many. We can go on and on and on, but I know, time has gone. But the bottom line is, folks, OnPassive can help you live the life that you so well deserve, right? It certainly can. There's no doubt about that, right? And you may not see it today, you may not believe it today, but trust me, a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, okay, you will look back and like, wow, I remember that conversation. And here it is. Now I'm living proof that OnPassive was able to do exactly what it said it can do for you and your family.
Absolutely, Michael. I have a personal story to tell you that my daughter, who just became teenager a few days ago, and she loves gymnastics. She was in competition before, but I had to disenroll her from it because I don't have the ability to pay for it, right? In competition in gymnastics, it's very tough. It costs about $1,000 a month. And when it comes to traveling, there's so much more cost to it. Imagine you could just tell your kids, I'm so sorry, I can't afford to pay for this anymore, right? Mm-hmm. It's tough, right? Mm-hmm. And now she is saying, Mom, there's 5 days in the afternoon, I go back from school, I really don't have anything to do, right? What if I could enroll her back into gymnastics? I could put her back into volleyball. You know what? You see your kids are expressing how much they love to do what you do, and you be able to provide that to them. How many of us here have a child who just want to go out there and play sports? Now you have the ability to do it. So the financial part of it is playing the big role in our life. We can do that from this point on. And if we be able to do that for our own children already, what if there's kids in that same team? What if there's kids in that school that needed an extra help? Makes it as your business or your purpose to help them meet their dream. It's exciting. That makes me happy. If I'm able to put my daughter back in gymnastics, in volleyball, and then help a family or two to be able to do that. We all can do that. And I believe we all could do that. OnPassive gives us the resource and the vehicle to do so. It's at the end of the day, will we be able to take that action? Or are we just letting the government, the politics of the current situations stop us from doing that? We got to step out from that situations or the current problems that we are facing. Look at it in a different angle. It will help us to actually open more ideas and thoughts for us to do what we want. Truly, at the end of the day, are we happy doing what we are doing? I think that's a question that we all should ask ourselves. What makes us happy?
Just bring your will to the table. Bring your will to the table, because OnPassive will show you the way. OnPassive will guide you. OnPassive will lead you. Okay? But bring your will. You got to bring something to the table. Okay? Because we cannot pull you. Right? You got to bring something. And all you need is the will to do it. Okay? And once you have that, OnPassive takes over. Right? Sure. We've said it many times. OnPassive will create more millionaires than any other company, period. Okay? We're not afraid of saying that because it's the truth, right? It is the truth, right? And so it is what it is, folks. It is what it is. But time will reveal all things, right? You just want to be on the right side of time.
For sure. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for being here. We hope that this conversation helped somehow, pique your interest somehow, and hopefully that we did do some clarification as well in what we're sharing here. So I just wanted to let you know, in the next 2 weeks, we will not have this conversation in the next 2 weeks. So we will be back after that 2 weeks. Hopefully, you'll still take this time to continue to watch some of the sessions that we've done before. There's a lot of values we believe that we share in the conversations. We do hope that you really enjoy OnPassive if you are in OnPassive. And if you are not in OnPassive, get back with the person who shared that OnPassive with you, and know that OnPassive is creating for everyone. Everyone, no matter where you are, no matter the skill set you have, no matter the situation you are in, no matter what, OnPassive is creating for everyone. And in order for you to win, you got to be in OnPassive. And that's why we are so in it to win it, because we care. And that's the message we wanted to share with you as well today. Thank you so much, Michael. And thank you for everyone who chiming in today. Thank you,
everyone. Well, yeah. No, OnPassive is the unfair advantage. Okay, yeah. That's what OnPassive is. It's the unfair advantage. Okay, because other companies don't have what we have. That's why it's an unfair advantage. Take advantage of that. Okay, take advantage of that, folks. All right, it will make a difference in your lives.
Absolutely. Well, that's it, everyone. Please have yourself a great Monday, and God bless you all. Take care, everyone. See you in 3 weeks.
Sounds good.